to South Taranaki, where fears are growing for the well-being of farmers as drought conditions look set to continue into traditionally the driest part of the summer. There should have been more rainfall by now than there has been by a margin. A medium adverse event was declared in the region before Christmas, and emergency funds and tax relief have been approved for farmers struggling with the worst conditions some have seen in a lifetime. Our Taranaki Whanganui reporter Robin Martin has more.
Don't be fooled by the traditional green tinge to South Taranaki pastures. The rain that freshened up the paddocks last week was too little and came too late for many farmers who have dried off their herds and sent underperforming and surplus stock to the works. The lucky ones are milking once a day and are scraping by with supplements and feed shipped in from outside the region. Opunaki farmer Kerry Smith milks about 150 cows on Wiremu Road. He says conditions are the worst he's ever seen.
Yeah, no, we're very dry too. Yeah, we're quite short on feed. We've had to buy in a lot of feed, and yeah, it's pretty tough at the moment.
Mr. Smith says the cost of feed and lower production does weigh on his mind.
Well, yeah, it's the pressure's certainly on. You know, we do feel the pressure. But you know, you've got to cope with these things. There's not much you can do about it. You know, you've got animals to feed and keep going. So yeah, you just got to cope. Simple as that.
Jacques Leproux milks about 400 cows in Pihama. Mr. Leproux says the drought came on the back of an incredibly wet winter and caught many by surprise. He says it meant many farmers had to take drastic action.
When there was no rain on the horizon, we got rid of any cows that just weren't performing. You know, everyone in the district was doing the same. There were stock trucks up everyone's driveways around the same time, and we went once a day here 10 days before Christmas.
Mr. Leproux feared this could be the new normal.
I don't know if it's sort of climate change or if it's just the new norm or what have you, but I've only been in the industry sort of 15 years, but talking to you know, the older generations, they can only recall 1 year back in the 70s where they recall that it was similar to this at this time of the year. So yeah, it's not normal.
Marcia Paurini is the Rural Support Trust's coordinator for Taranaki. Ms. Paurini says the drought came on the back of poor payouts and a wet winter, and the stress in the farming community was beginning to show.
It really creates a perfect storm. So you've got tensions within the family starting to crack. You've got tensions between farm owners and share milkers, and you just can only hold so much pressure and so much stress, and something has to give, and it's either a relationship or tears over a table. You know what I mean?
Ms. Paurini says 8 farmers have been in contact since a relief package was announced this month. The Trust is calling for farmers to look out for each other.
If your gut is telling you something's not quite right with this mate that you used to have beers with, you know, a year ago, and something's not quite right, then you're probably right. So follow your instincts and go down and connect.
Ms. Paurini believes midwinter could be an even more difficult time emotionally for farmers because cash flows will be at rock bottom. Jacques Leproux, meanwhile, is trying to see a silver lining to the crisis.
The beach is free, so we've spent a bit of time at the beach, and because we're once a day, we've been able to spend more time with the kids over the holidays. But there's just no extra spending on farm or on the household. We're just living day by day, basically.
The government has boosted the Rural Support Trust's coffers by $210,000 to help with drought relief and has signalled affected farmers will be offered tax concessions. I Taranaki mo te hōtaka o te ahiahi, ko Robin Martin Aho.